Hey guys, Tony here, and I wanted to take some time just to kind of introduce myself. Um, so you see me playing here all the time. This is my first guitar I ever bought at 67 years old, man. But I've been listening to blues since I'm a little kid. I was born in '56, and I've been listening to blues since about 1961. My brother was 13 years older than me. So he started listening to music when he went into the Navy. He left all the albums behind, and I was addicted to blues at a very young age. So eventually, I loved singing the blues, and I picked up the harmonic at 14, which he taught me to get started, and then I took off with it, and I'm fairly good at that after many 50 years of it. You can see my harmonica videos. And then I never owned a guitar, but I bounced around with people that had them. My brother gave me a Stella, an old Stella, which I regret I didn't take good care of. And I knew honky tonk. That's what I learned, man, right off the bat from my brother. And then I picked up a slide later on. I go, God, I can never do this slide thing. I was all, and it wasn't nothing like that. It was very awkward. And then I chopped my finger off in 1999. So that made it impossible to even touch anything, let alone play a guitar for literally 20 years, guys. Never picked a guitar up. And then when COVID hit, and I got all these blues in me, and I'm a blues man, I got a lot of material, tons, and I'll get to that in a minute. So during COVID, I had to do something. I go, you know what, I'm going to force myself to play, file the nail down, and I got to land on the nail. So, and then I got into my music, and I got a treasure trove of albums. And I love singing the blues. I love playing harp and singing, but I love doing harp also with an accompaniment so that we can change off, but I love playing harp too. But I love my slide guitar. I love my resonator guitars, Nationals, Dobros. This Recording King was a little under $500. Great guitar, different sound than like a Gretsch or a steel body. It's a wood body. It's a parlor size. Much muddier. It's much muddier than a National Steel. Much. So you get that muddy sound with the wood body, parlor size. It's got a pickup on it. I had my bridge worked on a little bit, and then I had my action brought up a quarter of an inch off the 12th fret. And so during COVID, I started teaching myself how to play. Of course, social media helped, but I got a lot of albums. And I like listening to the music and learning the licks. That's the way I prefer to do it. And it's a great guitar for a starter, too. $400 and something. You can't go wrong. So, if you were to start buying blues albums and you're just getting into the blues and you like it all, the Delta stuff, and then transition to country, here's what I would suggest. The albums I would get in the beginning if I were you, if you have the money. Get the early Sunhouse recordings. Get the best of Muddy Waters. Get some Lightning Hopkins early recordings. I'd even like you to get some Blind Lemon Jefferson. Big Bill Brunsey, that's a must. So Muddy Waters gets you into the city. Everybody else is kind of country, and Lightning Hopkins steps it up a bit. That's why it's a good, versatile group I'm giving you right there. Then, you can get some other Delta Blues cats. There's so many that Robert Johnson's a must. Blind Willie McTell's amazing. But I don't want to overrun you with a ton of guys. Big Bill Brunsey's just amazing. The country music and all the cats in Chicago listened to Big Bill Brunsey when they were hanging out. When they were growing up into the music, they were listening to Tampa Red, which is another great Tampa Red and Kokomo Arnold, real wing-dinging slide guitar players, and their more ragtime stuff. That's amazing. So that's who Little Walter and all the cats listened to growing up, becoming musicians. They listen to Big Bill. So go. I'm sorry to get too wrapped up, but yeah, get those albums I just said. Go back over the video and listen to it and write it down. Make sure you get the Best of Muddy Waters, and all these recordings need to be the original or the originals remastered, okay? But none of the recordings where they got really old and they try to do it again. You want to get the original stuff. And then, move on up, you get into some Howlin' Wolf and some Paul Butterfield. That's getting into the city. But I'm going to take you down the hard place too now. Harmonicas. Harp players, that's where I started. That's where my passion started at 15. Sonny Boy Williamson, I'm going to say this right off the bat, is a must, number one. I believe he's responsible for rock and roll, and Willie Dixon will even tell you that. Believe it or not, but that's another story. Sonny Boy Williamson 1, John Lee, Sonny Boy Williamson. Then get Sonny Boy Williamson 2, Rice Miller. Then I want you to get some Sonny Terry. That's real country, real southern country blues on the harp. Then I want you to get Little Walter. That's a must. Now we're getting into Chicago. Little Walter's best of Little Walter. Then get Big Walter Horton, his original recordings, early 50s. He was amazing. Howlin' Wolf's good because you get the band with Howlin' Wolf playing harp, and he's a guitar player and sings like a bad boy. And then two other albums that I think is a must is Paul Butterfield, East-West album, and then Paul Butterfield Blues Band. The East-West album is a prize album, man. Best harp playing, Mike Bloomfield, Elvin Bishop, Mark Knafliton, Jerome Arnold. Phew, off the chart. Sammy Lay. And then I want you to get Canned Heat, original Canned Heat. Get Living the Blues, double album. One of my most favorite albums with Blind Owl on it, Alan Wilson, all the original members. That's a prize album. That's an album that's really underrated, Living the Blues by Canned Heat. So yeah, man. Besides the handicap finger chopped off, I'd give it hail because I can sing and I can play harp. And, I want to get to know the people here that are supporting me. So, talk a little about yourself. I just met this guy, the Rock Holler. Love your videos, brother. You just pop in while you're working out there. And I worked the cotton gins. I worked 7 days a week. I worked just like you, man. Blue collar, big dirt, all of it. And I appreciate your new support from you, man. Like I said, I love your videos. And everybody else. I got a bunch of friends I made. Chris, Clark Kent. Made some really tight friends here on this channel and on this platform. And I appreciate everybody. And I appreciate their music. I wish I could get to meet y'all. And what I would love to do someday is all of us get together, maybe a certain lot of us, and we'd do a huge concert of YouTube musicians, compilation, work it out, get it together somewhere, do a whole weekend. I think that'd be bomb, man. But yeah, I love the blues, man. And stick around. See some of my videos. Go back ways. I'm all over the board with all kinds of blues in there, and I love some of the stuff I hear on YouTube. I mean, God, there's so many great guys. I don't want to start mentioning their names because I'll leave people out. But I want to get to know you. And I'm from New York. Now I'm in Palm Springs, California. I'm a comedian in a big sense. I'm a real prankster and a jokester. I have been my whole life. But I'll tell you one thing I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about my guitar playing. And, I'm trying to get passionate about God more. But I'm passionate about the blues. And I'll be playing it till I'm laying flat on my back, man. So thanks again, everybody. Stop in, check me out, leave a comment, subscribe, and we'll get to know each other. I guarantee it. I'll make it happen. All right, everybody, have a great day. Peace out.